This is Diana, before you stamp Studio 653, now doing business as Chaos. This is Lifebook 2013. It is now completed. It is a very heavy book, 3 inches thick. I'm waiting for different rings to come in because I don't like the way it gathers really tightly on this end. This has little strings on the front. This is die cast with a view tattered timepiece or something like that. And you just undo the key, which will be easier once I have the bigger rings. Here's the first page. Started off really small and then changed it to 9 by 12. I still have to finish this panel here. This was lesson 1, but I also made it into a bigger sheet. I'll be putting something on this end. These are all the teachers from 2012, I'm sorry. So I incorporated that. So I still need work here and here and here. This is lesson 1. On the back of each one is little cards that tell you the week and who the teacher is and what the name of the class was. The dream board is going to be this right here. I wanted to incorporate everything we did in a book. This is the second class. This is supposed to be like a before and after. This is the older me. I don't know if you can see that. This is me as I got older. So I can do this with one hand. This was me when I was younger. So I incorporated the two together. You can tell by the gray hair. This is another class that we did. Now, if there was a week that was an interview, I just wrote down that week was an interview. So if anybody was to go through my book and they think that week 4 is missing, it's not. It actually was an interview. And that will have details on the back of that. And I think I'll later put like little ribbon on here. These are little pockets that I got from Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. You just fold it and glue them down and then attach it to your board. It's another one, another class. Again, my camera and lighting is not very good. This one was week 7 with Connie. It's called My Little House. And this page opens up 2 ways. The house itself, you can open up the whole front part of the house. You get the rest of the page and some back doodling. You close it back up and then just open the door. And then close that back up. This is another playful layers. You just play around with paint and then pick out something from it. And I got a little fairy from there. This one is the impact that I have left, that I have had on others or that others have had on me. And the impact that I had was my kids that we adopted, my son, my great-grandchild. 2000 was my nonprofits, the computer bank, where I offered free rebuilt computers and printers and educational tools for the underserved students. Then my food bank, where I provided food to the hungry. My Christianity was another impact I had. I taught American Sign Language. We signed to Christian music. I had my quilting group that I had there for many years that we had at the church. And then, of course, my acceptance in Christ and being born again. Another impact was my education. Cochise College with an associate's, my dual bachelor's and master's at the University of Phoenix. Another impact on my life was my love. My babes, we got married July 4th, 1998. That's another impact. My art, my studio, projects, swaps, Bible doodling, abandonments. And then, of course, on this end, other impacts, mixed media, faces, challenges, life book, 2012, journaling, reflections. So next year I can put in how I've converted over to Chaos Chaos, which is mixed media madness. It's an inner restful heart, inner peace and restful heart. It's another class. Here's another one where you draw something and pull out, I believe. Stenciling. Oh, stenciling. Oh, this one was from Sammy. She had stencils. Here's one that Wyanna, I think, is it Wyann? Wyann. It's a watercolor tree. And she had glued a pocket, I think, to the top end or something. What I did was I took string and I sewed it around, attached the pocket on. This is where you did with coffee and coffee filters, coffee and water paint. You just, I put a button there to close that out. This one I need to finish. I got a note here. It says to make a flip out of a pocket of 3 things honoring events from the past that made you who you are today. I honor my past for it made me who I am today. So I still need to do a flip out on this one. This is one that Jane Davenport did, where you just scribble all over and then bring out it's our Prismadonna. I really like the effect on this one. Here's another one, honoring your past. And what I've done is hidden in the background. My graduation, my son, my sister, my nonprofit, my bachelor's. All the kids when they were little, great-granddaughter being born, my past sister's ex-husband and her daughter, my son, my marriage, the kids we adopted, again my marriage, my bachelor's, or this is my master's, and then my little brother. Of course, coffee. This is where we sewed in. This is thread and earrings. Lifebook 2012. That was Kylie on creating a likeness of yourself. I could see the age, my age getting to me. This was May's month. We wrote a day, wrote a word for each day. Like laughter or friends, music, something that popped out on that day. Anxiety, frustrated, pain, ill, edgy, you name it. This was, what was this one? Jody taught, doodle words. So we just did doodling words over that. So choose faith over worry. I like Zentangling, so I did that around Zendoodling. This is one, I think, from Romani. Yep. This is actually supposed to be like a stained glass window, but because I put a cover on the back, you can't see through. And it's my name. Here's one I think Estelle taught. Miss Dell taught. This one also has a flip out pocket here. This is a napkin. I like working with napkins and tissues. This was a napkin that I brought out. And here's some stamps that I collected that I added in. This was the doodle art. This was part of a second part of this class that Tam had. That was the animal totem and blob art. So there's the butterfly. And then this was our blob art. This one's got the textured. Here's one that Effie did on Life Vision. I just made a lot of little pockets. This is a magnet with a tag. A lot of these things I need to go in and finish writing. An envelope with Velcro. This is Life Visions from Lifebook 2012, and what we see ourselves 5 years from now. And then another envelope with a little tag. It's got a magnet. This is the owl I made. Stenciling. Here is this one has a lot of glitter. You can't see it. This is Guada's Eagle Sham. And I just used the wings, the feathers I try to bring out. This is another class that Tam taught on transformation. Again, that's me. I kind of messed this one up and had to do with what I had. And then our writing. And this is the dark side. These was the ATCs made out of cardboard that Tracy taught. And because I wanted every class to be in this book, I just made them with the cardboards and stuck them on. It's pretty thick. This is another page. This one, Jody taught this one. I don't have the name on that one yet. Behind Me was the theme on that one. This one, I believe this one was another of Sammy's classes. It's Trust Your Secret Partner, Fire the Critic. Yep, that was Sammy's class. Here's the Hope Fairy. Again, trying to learn to do eyelashes. Didn't like those at all. That was Addie, the Hope Fairy. I like it other than the eyelashes. This one, A House of Love. I believe Tamara Lepore did this. Yes, it's called Love House. Something from your childhood. And since I didn't have a very good childhood, I relied a lot on a stuffed animal, not an animal, but stuffed dolls. This is Raggedy Ann and Andy, and they got me through a lot of childhood difficulties and problems. So the house love, you just love hearts hanging out everywhere in the windows, coming out of the fireplace. Excuse me. Got love and comfort, kindness, safety. This is my house of love. Now in this one is a class by Jane called The Healing Doll. And again, because we made a doll, I wanted to incorporate it into my life book. So I showed the steps from newspaper and how I formed it and wrapped it up in Scotch tape and then put paper mache on it and then did my words on it and then painted it. And even though I'm not a sculptor, it was my first ever sculpted doll. So this is the picture of the healing doll we did. This is a class, yep, that Effie taught. Things you need to hear. And it's just a bunch of stuff that you need to hear. I feel like something needs to be up here, but I left it. I can always come back and add. Here's another one. I think this one was Kylie's Healing Angel. And it's kind of like a 3D. It's got wooden hearts, a little plastic owl. It's supposed to have one pocket, but I made it two. So there's a pocket here, and then a clear one here to later put things into. This is a mandala, I believe. Tam taught this one. Yeah. So I did a lot of zen doodling into my mandala. This is Fearless. another class. It's by Connie. This is another mandala from Gata. Yeah, that's week 39. This is 2 classes in one because I couldn't see doing 2 separate pages, one for just embroidery, a crocheted border, and then putting fabric pieces together. So this is week 40 and 41. This is collage of fabric and crochet border. This is by Tammy and Bonnie. I combined both lessons to make it easier on my hands because it was hard on my hands. So crocheted some little flowers here and here, crochet little flower there and there. These are pieces of muslin and fabric that I sewed on my sewing machine and then later stamped with stays on different areas. The owl sayings. This is the crocheted border that Bonnie taught. And this one is being a cheerleader. I believe this is another one of Sammy's. Let's see who it is. Yes. This is the inner cheerleader. I used a template that Tammy had for one of another class. I used that on here. This is our, what was this? Tracy taught it and I don't remember what it was. I guess you keep drawing and drawing and drawing and then you pick out pieces and circle them off and then cover the rest of it. This is a whimsical from Tam. Didn't put a title on that. My whimsical doll. I use fluorescent in the balloons. I saw a painting, Romani taught this. I saw a painting where a person was climbing out of like a newspaper or a wall. So what I did is I did myself drawing through a piece of paper or newspaper. And it's called Passing Through the Pain by Being Creative. Art is the answer. So if you're in a lot of pain, art does work for me. Here's one that Jane Davenport taught. Yeah, this is the mermaid. There's the mermaid, and this one folds out. It has a map on the back. Here's the third part, so it's farewell to 2012. Then you open it up, and it says welcome 2013, because we're getting, this is close to the end of the year. A new year, a new beginning to explore, succeed, journal, experiment, art, create, trust. So that was the mermaid. This was the Halloween you're supposed to make a whimsical witchies, and since I don't do the witchy stuff, I did an autumn person. So, and I love autumn, and I love the colors. Here's another fluorescent autumn. Here is one that YN taught. I guess this is from a painting from start to finish. A watercolor. That came out okay. And then this was the 3D, who was this? This is the last one. Self-Portrait is Magical. A look of how the last 12 months have made me grow and change as an artist. So there I am. This is a picture I took on my wedding day. These are glow-in-the-dark spots. And then the wings. And even though there's dragonflies all around, my dragonfly wings did not work, so I used the butterfly wings. So my husband kind of gave us 2 cents on that. I don't know if you can see the glow in the dark. Let's see if we can do this. There you go. There's a glow in the dark little dots. I like working with glow in the dark stuff. Something that if I want to see something at night. And then this is the back end. So again, I'm waiting for bigger rings to come in to see if that'll work. This was a fun year. I learned a lot. The challenge was getting through the disabilities that I have with fibromyalgia, the silent pain, and then arthritis, and then osteopenia, and lots of other little things. But it got me through it. I enjoyed. Thank you, Tamara. A wonderful course, met lots of wonderful people, saw outstanding artwork done. A lot of people have great, great skills, and I'm honored to have been part of it. So thank you for sharing this time with my book with me, and I hope to see you in other classes. Good luck. God bless.